I'm hoping people find the stream. When I set it up, you have to set whether you're filming like vertically or horizontally, and I didn't change it. So then through my phone at least, it doesn't let me go through and edit. So I'm hoping people find the live, especially because it's a Wednesday night instead of Tuesday. So let me give everything a minute to just set up. It's not even refreshing on my iPad, so we'll see if exiting out and going back in works. All right, perfect. So thank you so much. If you guys are finding this, I received my box the other night from Cotton Cut, so that's my plan for tonight. Hi Arnetta, hi Liz, hi Dad, hi Nicole. Yeah, I was having technical difficulties when I set up the stream. I didn't rotate. You have to choose the rotation, whether it's vertical or horizontal, and I usually am pretty good about changing it. And once it's kind of set, you can't go back in and edit it, or at least I'm not able to through the app. So I'm hoping people know me well enough that they'll see it pop up. Hi, Lucy. Yeah, so thanks so much for joining me on a Wednesday. Yesterday was really busy with work, so I didn't want to skip the week. So I'm really happy that you guys could join in tonight. And I'm hoping to stay about exactly an hour because I know if you have a VIP ticket to Sewcation in Las Vegas this summer by Sew Bestie, I know the classes go on sale tonight for VIP. And also, I know a couple other people in the sewing bag making community. Patience goes live at 9. So I just want to make sure I'm done, so that way if anybody wants to join in their channels. So I'm super excited. My Phoenix from Cotton Cuts, the new quilt, their new puzzle mystery quilt, the box arrived yesterday. They've been having some they had some trouble with some fabric arriving late, and then some winter weather that kind of delayed them with some of the cutting for the colorways. So mine finally arrived. I'm super excited, and I cracked the seal open, but I have not opened the whole box yet. So if you sign up for the puzzle mystery quilts, like of paying all up front, they send you the box in the beginning. So the prepaid for the box is closed. Their month-to-month is still open. So what they have is a few different things. It welcomes you to the puzzle mystery quilt. They started including this here, which shows you all the pieces for each month. And then for me, this is the most important thing. So this is my colorway. It's Phoenix and it's batiks. So this is like not the clue card. It's it has all the fabric. So on the back, it tells you which fabric is which. So I'm really hoping that I don't make many mistakes tonight. It's my first time sewing with batik fabric. And then because it's a new colorway, I have to learn which fabric is which. So super excited because batiks are made using wax to get the designs, and then they're dyed. And I didn't know this beforehand, but they don't have a right or wrong side. So I'm super excited to try that. And so these are all the clues you can see, like the different months. So for tonight, I need clue 1, and they always include a gift. So this one has some of their pens, which I am excited about because I really like how their pens write. And if you ordered like an oops kit, So this here that doesn't have a label is what they call their Oops kit. You can add that on extra, and it's just a fat quarter extra of each of the fabrics. And I try really, really hard to not have to use this, so that way I can make something fun with the extra fabric at the end. So I am going to keep out my card here and then just move the rest of this out of the way. Hi, Beth. How you doing? Hi, Sean. My box arrived yesterday, finally. So the guy who sews that's in the comment, that's Sean. He is also a Cotton Cuts ambassador, and he is sewing up the flamingo colorway. Hi, Teresa. So I'm super excited. What I usually do, so I have my clue here. I'm sewing up a large. Hi, Mary Lou. And with the large, the directions are different from the small, but all colorways, all the small directions are the same and all the large are the same. So even if you're not sewing up Phoenix, you could still follow along with me because all the directions are given by letter, which is why we need this card here to tell us which fabric. So fabric A, B, C, D, E, and F. So tonight I'm sewing up one block of each. So this one has two different blocks, 1A and 1B. And then what I do is I kind of I open up my pack and I'm going to lay everything out in this similar order. There's a lot of pieces, and that's why I can just find it a little bit easier. Hi, Dawn. How's everyone doing? I'm so excited to see so many of you tonight. When I first hopped on, I was saying that I appreciate it because normally I'm on Tuesday nights, so I really appreciate everybody joining me tonight. Right. So I'm going to start laying these out. I also have my mini iron here. Just want to be careful because I have it turned on. What's funny is like I don't think I've even touched batiks, like even at the quilt store. So they definitely are like a little bit stiffer than normal, which I'm excited because I think it's gonna sew nice. So Sean, yeah, I know. I'm hoping that I love them as much as you do. Sean usually grabs the batiks, but he's been pushing himself, and I helped him with Wild West out of his comfort zone. And thankfully these all look pretty different from each other so far. Like some of the colorways have some fabrics that look similar, so. Aw, Beth, I'm so glad. Yeah, I was saying, I know that like Patience goes live, I think at 9, so I'm gonna try to finish like right at 9 or a little bit before 9, or Mary Luke's, I know class signups are tonight for Sewcations, so we'll see. There's kind of a lot of pieces. Hopefully it's not too difficult. But I'm really, really excited. I'm just trying to get these as laid out as possible. I really like this one. I don't know if the camera picks it up, but it's like a really deep hunter green. And I'm also really excited because one of the reasons that I wanted this colorway is because when we had the reveal for the last Puzzle Mystery quilt, there was a colorway that had similar colors. I don't remember the name of it, but it reminded me of like fall, and all these colors remind me of like autumn with the leaves. So I'm really happy. We had to give our top 3 choices, and this was my first choice, so I was really, really excited about it. Yeah. So Mary Lou is signing up for classes tonight. Yeah, Mary Lou, you should start a YouTube channel. I'd totally watch you. And I'm excited because Mary Lou is going to help me teach one of my bags out in Vegas. So I appreciate it so much. All right. And on the clues here, it tells you how many that you're going to make. So right here where it says like ×2, I'm gonna cut that half in half because I'm gonna sew only one block. So we're starting with the small triangle A and C. And you'll probably see me like triple checking. And something else about batiks is they don't have a right or wrong side, or at least that's what I've been told. And I can't really see a difference. So I'm trusting Sean and everybody who's told me that. Because I think if there is even the tiniest difference, it wouldn't even be noticeable. Mary Lou, you're so funny. One day, maybe. All right, and I'll just move that out of the way. Okay, all right, so Sean's, all right, perfect. Because, yeah, it doesn't really look like there is a right or wrong. Maybe, like, on this lighter color one, kind of, but not really. I changed my thread, but I didn't change the settings before I started. And I'm just going with Gutermann thread instead of the Aurifil. I like that better in my machine, at least. So. And one of the things that I love about these puzzle mystery quilts is that it literally gives you everything you need to know. So it is telling us which direction to press it, and so I'm going to press it towards that orange side. Yeah, something to do with feeling different. Yeah, I'm really bad with stuff like that. I don't really notice a difference between one side. On the orange, I feel like I could see the weave is a tiny bit different, but on this green one, I definitely cannot tell. And this orange is really pretty. It almost has like pink tones in part of the design. All right, and now I need an A square to the right. And I've gotten into the habit that I don't clip anything unless it's like a longer piece. But I have to be careful when I'm doing like the half square triangles because sometimes I rotate it and end up sewing the wrong side. Sean, how are you liking the flamingo colorway? The fabrics for flamingo are, I don't know if is it Cafe or Cafe, the Cafe Facet. And it's cool because it has the super bright, almost like neon colors, and then black. So I'm really excited to see that colorway come together because I definitely think it's gonna pop. And I feel like most people who know me know how much I love bright colors. Wow, these even seem like that they're like pressing better too. Like they're keeping the crease. Usually I have to kind of press a couple times. Yeah, I'm not sure how to pronounce it too. I'm probably saying it really wrong. All right, so now step 3, I need an A triangle and a D triangle, which is this yellow. Yeah, I was super excited when this arrived yesterday because with the storms that went across the country, it said, my package said it was in the Missouri distribution center for like days. And then all of a sudden yesterday, it completely updated and was out for delivery. So it was a nice surprise yesterday. Right. And then this one, we're pressing down towards the yellow. So today was such a beautiful day out. I don't know how many of you are living in like a more northern area, and spring is finally coming. So it's super exciting to see the bright weather. So many more people are out and about now. Okay, and the next one I need a D and a C. I went to school down in Florida, and one of the things I miss the most is like the different seasons, because I love seeing the leaves change in the fall. Not so much the super long winters, but I just think it's so beautiful. Oh, Nicole, that's so nice. Lilacs are my favorite flowers. I guess they're technically like a bush, right? But I love them so much. The Bronx has the New York Botanical Garden, and we go so much in the springtime because they have a whole cherry blossom section and a lilac section, and it's so nice when everything starts blooming. Alright, and so now I'm putting these two next to each other, just making sure that I'm lining up my yellow fabrics in the middle. And these are all die cut, so they're super precise, but I'm just trying to make sure that I'm lining it up, trying to keep it as even as possible. And making sure that I'm pressing the correct sides. I feel like every quilt that I do, I'm trying to, constantly improve. I guess that's, with every sewing, anything that you're sewing. But I really want to try to focus on making sure all my stuff lines up. But because it's die cut and I keep like a consistent, or as consistent as possible, the 1/4 inch seam, they usually come together, and my points are generally okay. When I try to do that scant 1/4 inch is where I start to really mess up. So I have, I just stick to the 1/4 inch now. All right, so now I'm joining those two pieces that I started, and they do have a seam. So for this one, I will clip them. And the seams are pressed to opposite sides, so it should line up pretty good. Just making sure that I clip that first. So are any of you working on any fun sewing projects? I have a new video that is going to release on Saturday. KMG Handmade is releasing a new pattern tomorrow, and I applied to test and filmed a tutorial for it. So on Saturday, I haven't set it to premiere yet because it's her pattern hasn't released, but tomorrow I'm going to set it for the premiere. Oh, Liz, you're working on the everyday tote? How's that? I love the look of that one, and I really like Bagstock. I love her instructions, but I've never made the everyday tote. Oh, Nicole, the Heartbreaker from Kay Ascona. That's a big bag. I saw that there was different options, I think, but it can be very big. I like that because it can hold a lot of stuff. That'd be fun. Right now for work, I use a Tuesday tote, but that might be fun to try. Try that one, change it up. Okay, all right, so good. There is 3 sizes. Aw, nice, Liz. Liz, are you sewing it on your live, or are you just making it for fun? All right, so I'm up to step 6 where we have combined them, and I'm really happy. It's really pretty square, and that's lined up very good. So I'm gonna set that to the side because now we're using some different fabrics, and I need one of these large A squares. Oh, nice, Liz. I'll have to go back and watch it. I haven't really been on this weekend. Besides when we did the marathon, I was filming for the one that's releasing this weekend, so I didn't really get to watch a lot. Oh, thanks, Nicole. Arnetta, that must look really nice. How did it come out with the clear? Did you do a clear bottom as well? Alright, so now I need to put 4 of these around. It's kind of a neat print. Now, Sean, you have me checking to see if I can notice a difference now on all the sides. These are one of my favorite blocks to make. I don't know. I just love how they come together and it's like a center print. I think it would be fun if you had a fabric that had like something you wanted to showcase, like a print. Oh, that must look really nice with the jelly. That's like perfect for the beach, Arnetta. And these are nice because they just get pressed away. I probably could have clipped 2 at the same time, but that's all right. I'll just do it one at a time. I always get like, I'm not nervous, but kind of when I do the cotton cuts because I always end up having to use my seam ripper because I'm not like focusing enough on the instructions. So tonight I'm really trying to be good about not making any mistakes. I don't have any bag patterns cut out right now. I have a couple quilt projects I'm working on. But I finally have caught up with all the bag stuff. Or actually, I lied. I have one pattern cut out for our April marathon. But other than that, so I'm excited. I gotta figure out, I want to try some new patterns that I haven't tried before. It's true, Liz. Same here. It's because, you know, you're dividing your focus, you know. Recording isn't so bad because at least like I can edit it out or like piece it together if I film it in like the wrong order. But live, there's no editing. I'm really, really enjoying this so far with the batiks. Not only do I really like the colors, but they're very, very nice to sew with. I can see why you like them, Sean. Now, I always saw them at quilt stores and such, but I never really like, you know, went to them. I usually go straight for like the Tula, but I think now I'm gonna be more mindful. Yeah, Nicole, I can definitely see why. They're sewing so nice and pressing. Thanks, I'm proud to be a member. Like, this looks so good. Like, normally I'm, you know, more self-conscious, and on the sides here it's not always straight, but I'm so impressed, and it's definitely not credit, I don't think, to my sewing. It's definitely how the fabrics are not shifting or getting pulled down into my feed dogs. Alright, so now this section has to go to the left of this one here. So I want to line up this seam in the orange with like the center over here. So I'm going to flip them on themselves and then just kind of turn it towards me so I can see. Yeah, Nicole, is that what it is? The leftover wax that makes it like, it's really like creasing. I imagine that long arming them is really enjoyable too. And then I'm pressing this one towards the right. I always love the blocks that use all the different fabrics. So this looks so nice. I'm so happy with it. This block here, this has a name. Is this the one that they call economy blocks? I'm not sure if I think that's what people call it, but I'm not 100%. So, alright, so I'm going to set that to the side because we're not quite done with it. Now I have to do like the same as the green one, but with a red. Oh no, sorry. Am I missing? Hold on. Oh no, okay. I thought this was my long strip of fabric, but it was actually hidden underneath. It was a square. Alright. So we're doing the same exact thing except with the F fabric and this E fabric, which this is pretty. This has like a combination of like blue greens on it. Oh, I can imagine, Nicole, because I know my quilts like sometimes can even get like lumpy if this, especially the first ones that I've done, if the seams aren't so perfect. I give anybody who long arms so much credit because I can't even imagine the work that has to go on behind the scenes. Alright, I'm just triple checking before I started sewing it. A square and a square. Diamonds. Yeah, I like that one too. Diamond sounds fancy. I just really like the style of it because it does show off that center fabric. I was reading, I forgot which quilting group I was in. It might have been Cotton Cuts, that people said that they don't press it with an iron till after they complete their entire block. And I was I was like, I wonder how that would work, because I feel like a lot of my seams, like the fabrics don't stay in the direction I'm pressing them unless I use the iron. But I can see how with these that they probably would. And since I just got my box yesterday, I'm hoping to film like the tutorial for month 1 and month 2, because month 2 released for this mystery quilt earlier this month. So I'm hoping to film them this weekend and get them up. For those tutorials, it's kind of like this at this pace, and I gear it so if you've never sewed a puzzle mystery quilt, you can kind of follow along with me. Yeah, I'm going to do the same thing, Sean. I think that that's just the habit that I've gotten to pressing them. And especially, like, they're lining up, so I'm happy about it. Not gonna, right, what do they say? Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And another thing that I really like about the puzzle mystery quilts is that you're sewing the same pattern for the small and the large, but depending on your colorway, they can look so different. So I'm really, I love the reveals during month 10 because it just really, like, it really shows you, depending on the fabrics, how different they can look. And actually, like I said, if in the beginning, the last reveal was the reason why I chose this colorway, just because I loved how the fall colors looked with each other. All right, so now I am doing similar, except we have different colored smaller triangles. All right, so I have an A fabric in the center. It's going to take me, I feel like by the time I finally get used to which fabric corresponds to which letter, it's time to start the next quilt. Alright, so I need to make sure that I keep them in this order. Oh, that's interesting, Nicole. So my first quilt that I ever made was a puzzle mystery quilt. And I'm glad I did that because there's so much cutting. Like if you're following a pattern and you don't buy like a pre-cut kit, there's so much cutting and everything else that goes into it. And I didn't know anything about quilting. So I really love that this is kind of set up for you to just open up your package and get sewing. And they tell you literally everything that you need to do. And sometimes if we've been sewing for a while, we forget, or like, you know, we assume that people know things. So I really feel like this is set up for somebody who's been quilting a long time or for a beginner. Now I want to try to get some batiks and do a bag out of them. I've been having a lot of fun using quilt and cotton and like quilting techniques in my bag making. Oh, that's a great combination, batiks and cork. I love sewing with cork. Almost all the bags that I like use for myself, I use cork. Oh, Arnetta, that sounds fun. With this machine, I can't do the free motion because the feed dogs don't drop. But that sounds awesome. What I could try is, like, some people will draw their pattern out first and then quilt it on. Like, that might be fun to try. Alright, so now these two are going to be put together. So I'm going to try to line up those centers. So I'm curious, if you carry a purse, what style purse do you prefer for yourselves? Like, I prefer a crossbody, so I have like my hands free when, especially like when I'm traveling to work and such for like the subway and everything. But like when I was younger, I liked the ones that were just like on your elbow or shoulder. Because a lot of times the purse, like I'm so short that purses that have like the short handles, like I could still put them over my shoulder. Arnetta, you prefer crossbodies. Yeah, I find them just like the most practical for me. The ones that I like never ever use are the like a wristlet. The only time that I use a wristlet is at certain concert venues when you can't take in a larger purse. Yeah, totes for the farmers market. Yeah, my work bag when I go into schools, I use a tote bag because it just holds my iPad and everything. Oh, Dawn, I'll have to check that one out. I love the look of shoulder bags, but I find like my body type, the straps like fall off my shoulder all the time. Like I have to like keep my hand to hold it there. All right, so now I'm combining these two. And just double checking. Yes. I want to make sure that my green diamond blocks are across from each other, diagonal. And I'm going to clip the center point, but then also these other seams here line up. So I'm going to try to clip all three and hope they match. I just broke my clip. I'm going to have to order some more. I feel like I never break just one. They all start to go at the same time. And I haven't ordered any in a while. But I still prefer them to pins. Every time I use like actual pins, I end up stabbing myself. Alright, well, hopefully this lines up nice. So this seam is getting pressed down. It's a little thick on this one here because there's 6 different fabrics coming together. So I'm just kind of pressing them first and really giving it a little bit more heat. All right, yay! So this is our first block. This is 1A. I'm so happy with it. And again, just like with Wild West, they're like larger blocks. Alright, so I'm gonna put it to the side. I usually take like a sticky note to label them, and now we have 1B. So that, it actually came together fairly quickly, especially for my first time. Oh, thanks, Arnetta. Yeah, it did feel quick, especially for, you know, the first time using batiks and getting used to which fabrics are which letter in the instructions. All right, so yeah, section B is a little bit smaller. And so I need, we're doing another one of those diamond blocks. I need a B fabric and then E fabric. Yeah, thanks, Nicole. I'm really happy with these colors. They're very vibrant. And it's always like, especially when you order fabrics online, depending on your monitor and stuff, you know, the colors show up differently. So I'm really excited about them, seeing them, you know, finally in person. It was definitely worth the wait. Every so often my thread up top, I don't know if I didn't put it on the right direction or whatever, it keeps getting stuck on the edge, but it's also getting low on the spool. So I just add the other two. And what's nice about these is like every single piece is so different because of the wax designs. So I feel like every time I grab a new one, I see something different about it. I'm like, ooh, this is nice. I think one of the other things is that I put an 80 12 needle in tonight, and I was worried. I didn't know if it would be too large. I usually use the 70 10, but it seems to be working. And with Wild West, I feel like at least once of every block I've been having to dig it out of the feed dogs, but that hasn't happened yet, so it's also making it go quicker. Yeah, it really is. Like every piece looks so different. Like they all catch your eye. All right, and so now the next two have two flying geese. So I'm just gonna do them at the same time. So I need a B fabric. I love green. Green's my favorite color, so I'm really excited that this has different greens in it. Alright, so I need the B with these E fabrics. And then I need a large E. And then this one has one C triangle and one D triangle. Alright. Yeah, I like when I have multiple flying geese that I can just doing them at the same time, so I'm not constantly cutting the thread. And then the first one acts like the leader and helps pull the second one through. So it's starting to sound, I don't know, not funny, but kind of. So I'm hoping that I put another bobbin next to me in case. Hopefully it doesn't run out while I'm in like the middle of one. Right, and then I'll just do this other side. This block is coming together even quicker than the first one. Oh, I see what happened. The thread is like pulling out on itself a little bit. I guess when it was like originally wound. There we go. It's so funny because like I could hear that it was something was starting to go wrong. And I just remember when I first started sewing, I would see that in like different groups, and people were like, you'll know because you'll hear it, you know, with either the bobbin or the needle. And I just thought that was like so crazy. I was like, it all sounds the same. But it's so funny as time goes on and as you learn, like become familiar with your machine, it's true. Alright, there we go, much better. I'm glad it was a quick little fix. And then we're going to end up sewing these two together. I just have to double check which one ends up on top. Alright, so my one with the E fabric is on top, and I'm just rotating so that this is going to make the diamond. I don't have to worry about any seams lining up, but because this is a little bit longer, I'm just going to clip it to help hold it straight. this one is getting pressed towards the top. Yeah, I can't believe it's already the end of March. The end of next month, April, is our reveal of Wild West. So these puzzle mystery quilts are like 10-month increments, and it always surprises me just how quickly it goes by. Alright, so I'm keeping this in the same direction with my orange and yellow on the bottom, and then this one is going to get sewn to the right of it. But again, I'm going to line up that center seam as best as I can. And then this one is getting pressed to the right. And I love that, you know, with them telling you which way to press your seams. That way when all these blocks come together, they generally nest like so nicely. I'm curious, those of you who quilt, so when I'm doing cotton cuts, I press the seams in the direction that they tell me. But when I've been doing my own quilt, sometimes I press them open. And I know that's like a really hot topic for quilters. Do you guys have a preference of how you press your seams? All right, we're almost done. It'll be probably a couple minutes after 9. So I just have a half square triangle and then a long piece here. We'll add it. So I need an E fabric and an F. It's funny because I keep finding myself like looking very closely to see if there's a side that I prefer. Press to the dark side. Yes. I've seen that too, Arnetta, so it hides it better, right? Sometimes with the Wild West, the Josie colorway that I'm doing has a lot of white in the blocks. And I see that commented because it doesn't always tell you. Sometimes you are pressing towards the white color. This one is getting pressed towards the E side. Oh, good luck, Liz. Hopefully it goes easy for you. Are you going to post a picture tonight? Like, I can't wait to see it. All right, so now this last step, I'm adding this long F strip. Oh, all right, good, Liz. I want to see. Right, and then this is getting pressed towards the long side. All right. I'm adding another F strip on, and I want to make sure that there wasn't two different sides of or sizes of these, and I didn't grab the wrong one. All right, so now I'm adding this to the top. And the only seam that I'm gonna have to match up is this one right here. So I'm gonna put it right sides together and just turn it so I can, and these aren't too bad because it's like the seam lines up to, it's not a flying geese, to that economy block, like to the center. So it's not quite as important that it's so centered. And I'm definitely putting more clips because this is a large piece. Right, and then this is gonna get pressed down, so I'm gonna press the back side first, especially because there's so many pieces coming together. And then I love also, because it's such a satisfying sew, like I feel so accomplished when I finish the blocks for the month, or even though I'm only doing one of each, it still feels so good. It's like, oh wow, I did all that tonight. So it's really nice on those work nights or whatnot where you don't have a lot of time to sew. Alright, so that one wasn't so bad. This one here, the point is a little bit lost, but I still think it looks okay. It blends right in. Or I feel like if that happens with the fabric, so many times it just blends in that I never really notice it. Right, and then our very last piece. And this one is getting lined up to the end here. Hi Linda, how are you? This red is so vibrant, like reminds me of fire. Thanks, Linda. Yeah, I'm doing well. I always look forward to my lives. I get so happy seeing everyone tuning in. And especially, I normally do them on the Tuesdays, so you guys just made my day joining me on Wednesday. All right, so this finishes up the first section 1B. So I'm really happy with it. They sewed really nicely. I was really looking forward to trying out the batiks. And then so now what I do is I will label them 1A and 1B, and I just store them right back in the bag till month 10 when we put it together. So I'm gonna hop off, and I appreciate everybody joining in, especially like I said on a Wednesday, and also because in the beginning I had to like restart it because of the settings. So I appreciate everyone who found me and coming in and saying hi or chatting. I hope that you guys have a great week. On Saturday, I'm going to have a video premiering for KMG Handmade's new bag. It's going to premiere Saturday at 1, I believe, Eastern time. And because it's a premiere, I'll be live in the chat. So if you're not doing anything on Saturday, you could join in. I'll be there chatting. But if not, I hope you guys have a great week. And I'll be on Tuesday like normal for next week. So thank you so much. And I hope you have a good night.